calm here with speak, with throat infection, but still not 100%, but thanks very much indeed, Jeff, for doing that. So, we'll go up to the top of the list now, and top of the list is Dave, who's not been with us for a while, but this is quite a new radio, and I hope he'll be joining the group on a regular basis. So, G6 is the in the group. M0 AUG. Welcome back, Dave.
M0 AUG in the group. Yes, good evening, Jeff, and good evening, everyone else in the group. Nice to be back. Giving this radio a fairly good test, and it seems that for once it's got a good speaker, although the fan isn't so good. HI. Andrew sends his apologies. He's not very good, I'm afraid, so he's hoping to come on the next net, but we'll just have to see. Otherwise, everything's going well at my station. Still running the Yaesu FTX X1s. Haven't managed to swap those out yet. And even started building my own long wires, both random and fence. So I'm improving all the time. And through AUG in the group, benefit.
That's what they're popping in and out on your own. Maybe that we need just to do not a problem. Over to you there, Lou. JJJ in the group. Comes to AUG. Thank you for the new articles now on the club website.
M0, AUG in the group, GAKJJ. Are you copying this, Jeff? Go ahead.
Perfectly fine, thank you, Lou. Go ahead. Correct, and also immediately. Notify again, please. Try again, Lou. Absolutely.
M0, are you copying now, Jeff? Go ahead. M0, GAKJJ. Sorry about that. I'm trying to see, and I don't know what was happening there, but bit of a hiccup.
TL1 VJW with Neil 8 BDT. Good evening to you both. And late Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Over to you, Mike.
Low battery, please charge.
And hope it will be prosperous, but maybe above all a healthy new year. Hope so. Yeah. That was going to see on the other side. from time to time. Temperature is unusually mild for this time of the year. 10 degrees centigrade plus no time, no 8 degrees. So spring us. For this over, for now, so it's my still not fully itself. My own. So also welcome to any of the listeners on the YouTube channel. Thanks for all that. So let's do that then. 84 items. Go to the group M0AG.
M0 AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff, and good evening, everyone on the net this evening, and a good evening to Dave, G6ZSN. Good to hear you, and please do send our regards very much to Andrew, Dave, when you next speak to him. It would be good if he was able to come back in at some stage. So thank you for giving an update on that. WX here today, a bit like northern Germany. All the snow we had a few days ago has completely vanished. We're up to the grand height of 4 degrees Celsius this evening at home. It has been reasonably constant all day, that temperature, and I don't think it's particularly going to change over the next few days. But the good thing is that we've had no rain. So that's the WX here. Radio-wise, lots of things to talk about, but one of the things I'm very pleased about with the club call sign MX0KSU is that we've now linked it up to DigiQSL, so that any people that we make contact with who've got their email addresses on QRZ will automatically receive a QSL card from the club for their QSO. And I've already had one lovely report back from Greece, from a contact that I had there a few weeks ago, who was very complimentary about the QSL card, and also asked if he could send his best wishes to the club, and pass on regards from him to Pennine Ham Radio Club. So who knows? This might be someone that we can try and entice towards the digital net. But more on the next over. M0AG in the group from G4IWO.
Not for long. If somebody else terrible now on the Elsewhere. Well, up here it's 1.3 degrees outside, 21 degrees in the shack here. And I think, like most places, snow and ice have gone. We probably had it a bit longer than a number of places up here because we're that much higher up into the hills. But it was interesting. I think it was just one day we take the dogs out for a walk because it was so cold. And they're really amped. But we played indoors, that was fine. And last weekend I did operate in the UBA BSK 63 contest, whereby I worked late. And that was interesting, working PSK after so many years, the last circuit, using the DM78 HRD, which took me a good afternoon to work out how to get it back up and running, if I was honest. One of them, obviously, is perfect, of course, but DM78 had to get my brain around that one, which was quite important. We achieved it in the end, that's the important. So, more on the next over. M0AG group, GM48. I've never actually worked that at all. I've never worked for mates on the radio dogs or HRD. It's interesting. Talking of HRD, I think they've done a marvellous job on revamping the programme there. And they seem to be coming up thick and fast with any updates and mods that need to be going along with. So that's good news. It's nice and clean. I've got mine in not completely dark mode, but like a semi-dark mode. It's so much easier to work with. So more from you than from Becky. Right over to Belgium now. Jeff, thank you so much for taking me down last week. I do appreciate it. I hope that you and Anna both okay. Oscar November 8 November Tango in the group. That's very easy. Zero AUG, the group 08 November Tango. No problem at all, Jeff. Was my pleasure actually. So I really enjoyed that. Not that much people on the net, but anyway, we managed to talk until way later than we used to talk to. So that was really very good. Temperature here is 10 degrees, cloudy, just like in Germany and like in the UK. We had a lot of snow over the last week and quite slippery and so on. But now it's 10 degrees, cloudy, and we will have some more temperatures like that in the coming days. And Dave, G6ZSN, very nice to catch up again. I didn't have any issues with you, Dave. Jeff G0, Mike 0 AUG told that he had some issues receiving you, but you were loud and clear on my side. So I can give you a very good report. And by the way, give my regards to Andrew, if you are in contact with him, hope to have him back on the net very soon, I hope. Okay, and also a very good evening to everyone on the YouTube channel. I did also PSK 63 UPA prefix contest, and I did that with FLDG, which is simple but quite efficient. Simple program, really enjoy FLDG. And I made some 72 contacts, although
I didn't work any United States or Canada or any Brazil. The best leagues I think was Suriname, Papa Zulu 5, Romeo Alpha, which I worked at nearly in every contest. So that was the one, and then some people in Russia, I think, in Asiatic Russia, and in the and Nico Alpha England. So most, well, 90% was Europe. So conditions not excellent, and I think during the last couple of days conditions have not been excellent. And just coming back to the Zoom session from nearly 2 weeks ago, I really enjoyed that. Very interesting Zoom session. And I found a website from Whiskey Victor One Whiskey. They put on the WhatsApp group, which is actually very interesting. Some very good podcast suggestions there. I was thinking maybe he could be a good speaker. I don't know, because he has some fascinating antennas that he has developed over the years, and really interesting publication that he has also. So I downloaded one of his free books, which was about the hamstick, how to use the hamstick on a photo activation. Very interesting reading, as I have hamsticks on my balcony here, so quite interesting. Okay, no, that's the huge Mike 08 in the group, going 8 November Tango. On the and certain people get involved in football. A lot of people can't do it at the same time, and also it seems to be connected. But I'm not using terminal mode tonight. I'm on the ID52, and I noticed last Sunday when I was using terminal mode on the 705. I was giving a good report to some of the members on the group there, where others were hearing pops and whistles. So it can only be down to the internet, can't it? Obviously, I'm assuming that you were on the terminal mode as usual this evening. So you've done well with all the tours you're doing there, and plenty of fodder for the magazines that you help to keep afloat there, Jeff, as well. So thanks for that. Right, back up to the top of the list. No sign from Bob this evening, so back up to you, Dave. G6 for the film group, and the Eugene. I will certainly pass those on. I'm afraid I won't be here for the next 2 weeks. I have meetings on Wednesday night, and I probably don't have the energy to do both, I'm afraid. But hopefully for the next couple of weeks after that, I'll be back on. Andrew has asked me to remind him every time that you're on, because he like me, tends to forget. So I've said, yes, I will. And I'll always send him a text just to say, don't forget every day. With regard to the weather, we had a very minute bit of snow, not enough to think about. But rain, we've had nothing but. Today it's done nothing but rain, and it's been a very nasty day again. Other thing here. Oh yes, Jeff, AUG, I was transmitting on high, so you might have been right. I've now put it down to low. I must remember to check this on my data file. I don't think I can set a power limit, so something for me to remember when I'm using the radio. It's taken me a lot of learning yet again to get back into ICOM and D-Star, but I get there very slowly. Although the radio's second hand, it's not bad. It's in very good condition, and it does seem to be working very well, so very pleased with it. I think I'm going to have to bring the guy up tomorrow and pay for it.
M0AUG in the group, G6, SN.
Fine, Hi, help me on there. We've got Denverdale to get you onto this net this evening, and glad you were able to join us. Yeah, I do hope Andrew can come back on with that if you remind him. I know he might not be for a couple of weeks, but we'd love to have him back on with us anyway. It's only when he feels up to it, of course. Oh, with you there, Lou, I noticed that you disconnected and came back on again. JKJJ in the group, M0AG.
M0AUG in the group, GAKJJ. Are you copying this, Jeff? And is the quality all right? Go ahead.
Well, just to confirm on this point, back on the connection there, Lou, back to you.
Yeah, that's a Roger. Yeah, I'm on the 7100. The ID, I don't know what's happened to the handheld. Because it seemed to then disconnect. So I'll have to look. I don't know how much you got for the last over, but version 2. I'll just finish it off with version 2 of the satellite rotator work and remove the need for manual adjustment of the antenna thing. And I also thank Nick for posting the article on the club website. Another activity I've been pursuing in recent days has been using SDR console for compensating the Doppler shift. The software is excellent. Does present. It's not always intuitive, and I've had to resort to lots of YouTube videos. Satellite. Now the frequencies. I don't know why that is, but it's not on all of them. It's on just one or two. I think SO50 and the ISS. I can understand the ISS because they've got so many frequencies which they use for different purposes, but it is a problem on SO50. So I did wonder if I could edit the file manually, but we'll have to see if I can find out how to do that. Anyway, that's as much as I've got for the moment. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, GAKJJ. Fine, that's company on the air and all the other sort of things there. Part of the collection has been built up in older over here. Everybody here enjoys it very hard, I think. So, no problem at all with that one, but thanks for the information. Back over to Mike and Andrea there, and see what other information you've got for us now, Mike. TL1BJW with TL8 BDT. Over to you, Mike, please. M0AG.
coffee morning WW is not very for the years, but thank you. Yes, I can report something about powering the QRP rigs. It's not real original, but a report of a trial. Yes, we saw on YouTube two videos which there was both possibility to power the QMX with 12 volts, not 13.6, but 12 volts. A special power bank which has an output of 12 and a special power cable. That's the other way to do so. So that they power cables, USB-C and power device, which possibility to out volts to power device. How the input possibility to 5 volts to power bank. Now we know how this usability works. One of this is people but this is possible to not available Germany. So I thought I will buy another cable here from local seller, but I didn't mention that it has to be a power cable, power device, which will make the transformation for both and down. But one possibility to get the cable over Amazon and when I think €7.9 for the transport, perhaps possible to get it from there. But imports from the US are not very for the moment. So I'll report about this further on. So with this information, I have the microphone back to you.
Thank you both for the information on the updates. I've not heard of, because I'm not familiar with the radio that you're using. I didn't know, in fact, that it took 12 volts. But it's obviously interesting to hear about these power banks where you're actually doing some form of transforming there. So keep us pitched on that. That's on that. Thank you.
the other things on Radio Deluxe, there's various things that you've got to try out from time to time. Some of the things like the DMA said, reduce the spell you got. Not there. They're there. Try and get a budget. Is not easy. So I think we're going to go now. Thank you, for
M0 AUG in the group from G4IWO. And yeah, thank you very much. And also a good evening to our listeners live on YouTube this evening. I don't know who you are, but do feel free to just pop into the chat on YouTube and leave your name and call sign, and we can feed you into the net to let people know that you're listening. In terms of activations, Christmas was extremely busy for me at home with, I think, visitors almost to, well, actually to the day before two of our grandchildren went back to school. So it was exceptionally busy. I did get on the radio several times. Some of those times when I knew I had a bit of spare time, I posted onto the YouTube site. Other times where I just had 30 minutes, I went on the radio and made a few contacts. What I can tell you is that MX0KSU, the club call sign, has now worked 39 countries. We have made 291 QSOs on CW and single sideband, and we've had some excellent feedback. And can I say, some of the feedback from some of the CW contacts has been extremely good. And when I've sent them the digital QSL card with the link to the website, having talked on the radio briefly about the call being a club call, I've had some very interesting responses from people in different parts of the world. So it's quite possible that through these contacts, not just single sideband, but CW contacts, we'll see some more people appearing at the club from time to time. I've also set the club up with a logbook of the world a certificate as well, which means that we can log our QSOs there too through qrz.com. And that's another way of, again, getting the club call out there and getting information about who we are through what is on the website. I'm hoping to have some more speakers to announce very shortly. We've obviously got Anthony next week coming to talk to us about QSLing in the digital age, which will be, I think, interesting and ties in with my point about sending digital QSLs out after contacts on behalf of the club. But we've got some other people. We've got Brian NI6Q, who I'm just trying to sort out a date with. Brian does and keeps an incredible collection of World War II radios. Some, of course, from Britain, but many obviously from the US. And if you look at NI6Q's QRZ.com page, you'll see some wonderful photographs on there. And at the end of the meeting, when we send photographs, I'm going to post one of the pictures from NI6Q's QRZ page, which I thought was very interesting. I'm hoping, and he's agreed, and we're just sorting out the date, that Howard WB2UZE, who was the founder of the Long Island CW Club, is going to, well, he's agreed to come and give an update to us about what the Long Island CW Club is doing. I mean, they have just developed enormously in the 4 or 5 years since we had Howard speak when we were part of Denby Dale. The Long Island CW Club is now up to 7,700 plus members in 70 countries of the world, and they run 182 CW classes each week. I mean, phenomenal club development, and obviously providing an amazing service to amateur radio and to those who want to learn CW. So it'll be interesting to get an update from Howard and one or two other members from the Long Island Club. So back to you, Jeff. M0AUG in the group, G4IWO.
That's fair progress for the Long Island group, isn't it? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that Rachel is connected with as well. I know when we used to go to Farmer Parish, she was always talking about the Long Island CW Club. And obviously, with that number of people involved in that and everything else, it's very interesting to have it up there. Well, really looking forward to Anthony's talk next week. Anthony's talks are always full of content, also behind the scenes, full of more information where you can fill your boots and really find out what's going on. So looking forward to that much indeed. Back on to Keith now. GM4 JK's running the group. Yeah, poor JK. That's wonderful. Next week as well. Very good. I'm receiving loads of self-help and filing away. So the people sure. Out of interest, Lou, you've got those points tonight. I'm monitoring you on the IDS 100 and the Kenwood D74. One was last, but I was getting an odd tone now. 100 or 100%, no problem at all. And yeah, it's hard on my project as well, Dave. I'm Dave as well. One of the videos my mic, and I used to select only the last 100 contacts. The whole thing loaded within 2 seconds. Takes out 2 seconds. So I'm very impressed with that. The other interesting thing, which is a bit frustrating to begin with, once I'd made a contact within N1MM, for example, and you click on log it, I've got 2 screens. I run HRD on one screen and N1MM on the other. The contact's already in the log before my eyes divert to the other screen. It's so fast now. So I'm really, really impressed with what they've done to the package, for sure. And I do like the dark display, which is much more easy on the eyes. Other radio-wise, from this neck of the woods, I'm just under 10,000 frames on the ground station unit, and of those, just under 7,000, 6,903 were telemetry packets, which were complete. So it's interesting running there's a board on the collinear outside, and the maximum in one day decoded was 450 satellite signals. And what I'm noting now, having run it for a month, is that there seems to be a 7-day cycle of peaks and troughs. So at the moment I'm not running it, obviously I'm on the external antenna at the moment for tonight, and I'll get it put back on there tomorrow for sure. So I found that rather interesting. And on the PSK, Jeff, I did work one US station at 1 o'clock Zulu, 1300 Zulu rather, on 15 metres. That was W1UE. But that was the only one. Otherwise, a large number of Belgian stations, I would add. So there we go. Right, okay. Back to you there, Jeff. M0AUG, the group GM4JKZ. HRD. And I know we've waited a long time for this version coming out and everything else, but there's certainly done some major work to get the database where it is now from, I forget what it was on before, something with Microsoft, I think. And it's certainly made a world of difference to the speed of it. And the thing that's impressing me at the moment is that as people are reporting bugs going in, you can not go on HRD for a couple of days, and when you do go on, it tells you straight away you're not on the latest version, and you can go and download it straight away and you bang up to date again. And I think that's a really good move for the product. And Mike and the team have done really well to get it where it is now, and I know they've got plans for greater things ahead, I think. So I've used it for years, ever since Simon wrote the program. So I don't know how many years after ago. But if you were using it, then you'll have a fair idea how long I've been using it. Right, back over to Belgium now. Oscar November 8 November Tango from 0AG.
M0 AUG, the group. Over 8 November Tango. Okay, we got a message from Bob November 4 X-ray Alpha Tango that he has problems to get in. And he tried to follow us on YouTube, but he has also some problems there. So, good afternoon, Bob. If you can hear me, I hope everything is okay on your side, and I hope your problems will be solved quite easy. I'm the impression that it is in the process of helping you out. And okie dokie, well, I saw a station working you on 40 meters on the Saturday afternoon, I think, at the beginning of the contest, but I could not copy you for one strange reason or another. So, but I saw your ball passing by on the screen, so a station working you. Yeah, very conditions not good at all. But anyway, I enjoyed it, and I forwarded my log. By the way, I was in the QRP section again. It was less than 5 watts, so I tried to be in the QRP section because I think I have probably a better chance to get a good result in the ranking each high. What I have done this week, I have been playing with the Beta 2 version of JS8 Pro on my Android tablet, and it's working quite well actually, so I have been testing that out. Really is working. Nice conditions of course are not good, and if conditions are not good, they are not that good for digital modes either. But anyway, that works very well. And the other thing that I have done is making some more 3DV QSOs on 40 meters and on 60 meters, and very enjoyable. Had some Rec 2 QSOs with stations in Austria, in Italy, in Germany, in the UK, and so on, and the Netherlands, of course, and practicing my German and my English and my French, and so on. So quite interesting. And congratulations on your article about the version 2 satellite for data. Very interesting. I think I really like that. I really like the concept. I really enjoy that. And thank you very much, Nick, for putting my notes also on the website. So that's very interesting. I will probably get a page on the website of my national society here to put those notes on, but only in the Dutch and French language, not in the English language. And I have already 2 pages in the national magazine. So people seem to like that. And congratulations, Mark and Adriana, on your WWA contest participation there. I have worked some stations, but not that much actually. I should do a little bit more effort. And Keith, very impressive about your satellite system there. I should do that, but I'm too busy with some other things, some other experiments and so on. I still have the RTL-SDS dongle that I should probably use for that, so I have to study that anyway. I put the microphone back to you, Jeff. I0AG, the group of 8 November Tango. 8 November Tango, 8 November Tango. 8 November Tango, 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 8 Novem
that's fine and all that, Jeff. Your contributions to the magazines and websites and everything there. I think you must have an awful lot more time than I do to play radio. I've been trying to get that for a long, long time, Jeff, but as you know, I've still got part of the business which I'm running, so I can't. I'm winding it down slowly, but it's not quite as easy as you think. Some of you guys you've been dealing with for over 30 years. Difficult contacts to make, and not as easy as you might think. So we're getting there slowly, but obviously time is catching up age-wise as well, so it's not as easy as fighting against each other at the moment, to be honest. We'll see how we get anyway. It'll tell some more time to play radio now. Back to the top of the list then now, and over to you there, Dave. G6 in the group, M0AG. Everybody's unloading the 5100 there because, as you know, Keith's got one, and well, I've got one as well, although we weren't using it on Sunday. I was using the ID52, but I'm sure you're very pleased with that. I know that you're not keen on the noise from the fan, but you can get replacements to sort that one out. But the 5100 is a damn good radio. Over to you.
M0AUG in the group G6ZSN. First of all, thanks very much, Keith. I will certainly pass your best wishes over to Andrew. I'll text him tomorrow morning and let him know everyone's thinking of him, and hopefully he can rejoin the group fairly soon. I know he's got some more treatment coming up. I think he said next week, so I don't know how he's going to be after it. With regard to the 5100, yeah, I am very pleased with it because it's the first one I've had that I could actually understand digital without having to really struggle. So at the moment I'm listening through a remote speaker because I've got the head on the stand and the actual body is a little way away from the head. I've just got to extend the, and yes, I've already located a replacement fan, but I'm going to have to check that it won't void my warranty if I replace it, which I'll do tomorrow. Apparently the replacement is a very, very silent fan. It's only about £40, which isn't too bad. And I'm pretty certain I'm competent enough to do the soldering and replacement. So that'll be one of my first jobs once I own the radio anyway. Second one will be to download RT systems because the icon files for programming aren't my favourite, I must admit, same as Yasu. But it is what it is. I can download it for just on £19, which is a lot cheaper than I can buy from some of the larger retailers. Radio-wise, I have hardly been on the radio because of noise. The weather has certainly not been conducive for me to go up on the hills. I'm going to try, I bought 2 extendable masts, which I'm going to try with a long wire, and see how that works as opposed to the ATAS. I actually put a long wire in my loft. I tried it once before, it certainly didn't work. This time I've got it tuned up quite nicely, and it tunes up very nicely on the Yasu, and I was picking up Canada without any problems. The only problem was the amplifier had to go back to Yasu, so I only had 8 watts to transmit, which didn't really hack it, I'm afraid. But I do still like the FTX one. I think they're a great radio. Just need a firmware updating with Wires X, which will come one day. It was promised for December, it still hasn't happened. But it is a very, very good radio, and I certainly prefer it to the 705, I'm afraid. And so AUG in the group G6 ZSN.
the radio is a very, very much a personal choice, Dave. And one suits one, doesn't suit another. As you know, I particularly like the icon rigs, including the 705. And also I've got a fair collection of VSC ones as well. So, it's what you like best, or what you prefer to listen to in terms of sound, the quality of the audio, and what it does for you. I don't think any of them are bad radios. The VSC and Icon have got a good range of products, and it's just a question at the end of the day which suits your preferences in terms of what you're going to use it for, isn't it? So yeah, as you just said in the previous over, you've Andrew the best from everybody in the Pennine group here, and I'm looking forward very much to speaking to him back on the air. And I do have his mobile number. Actually, I might give him a ring sometime and find out when it's convenient to have a chat offline if you like. Right, back over to you, Lou. JJJ in the group, M0AG.
M0, AUG in the group, GAKJJ. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And I do agree with you on the 7100, which you mentioned earlier. It is a good radio. As I say, I'm using that now, but it's the quality of the output. I'm using headphone, and the quality of the output is excellent from this radio, which is a lot better than the ID50. But I suppose you'd expect that anyway. But because I'm using the 7100, it does mean that I haven't got any photos for this week. So I'm a bit disappointed, but there you go. And Keith, last week I was using the ID50, so maybe the fact that I'm now using the 7100, that's why it's so much better. But anyway, I think I'm going to have to do something with this 51 ID50. It does seem to have a connection. It's probably the speaker mic that goes into the side. Maybe that's not making good contact. Looking forward to the presentations up and coming, Nick, particularly the World War I equipment. That will be very interesting. And I think that's about it for me. Thanks to Jeff. I think I'm going to make this my over, because my last over, because I think it's getting time to finish the net anyway. So thanks to Jeff for hosting the net and organising it so well. It was very good, and I'll look forward to the net next week. So 73 to everyone. Look forward to meeting you again next Thursday. M0 AUG in the group, GAKJJ.
JJJ in the group, M0 AUG returning. Good to see, good to have you on the net this evening there, Lou, and look forward to next week. And obviously we'll miss your picture this evening, but I'm sure we'll catch up again. And thanks for being a valued member of this group. I know when we spoke in the early days, I think you just come on to set the frequency to see what was going on. And you and I finished up having a chat, and here we are today. And so very pleased that you're a valued member of this group as well. Have a good week, and I look forward to catching up with you next Thursday. And see you then. Over to Northern Germany now, and back to Mike and Adriana, DL1, BJW and DL8, BDT in the group, M0AUG, over to you, Mike.
Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey. I think we'll follow Lou and make this our final transmission also. Very interesting topics again this evening, this meeting here. It's always a pleasure to be part of it, and it's always very informative and very interesting, as it was today also. So thank you for your company, thank you for your good thoughts and ideas, and hoping to meet you again safe and sound next week. Looking forward forward to a Zoom meeting with Anthony, which is always something very, very informative, but also something, you could say, you're struck down with a lot of facts. He's really incredible. What he messes on information gives further on to us, it's really amazing, and I like this very much. So thank you for hosting the net, Jeff. Hope that you will get soon. Will you get absolutely okay again very soon? Keeping my fingers crossed for that. And thank you again to all of you 73s from Delta Lima 1 Bravo Juliet Whiskey, passing the microphone to Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango.
Yeah, this is Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango for the group. Yes, thank you very much for this interesting evening. Thank you, Jeff, for hosting the net. All the best to all of you, and hope to meet you soon down the log. S73 and 88 from Northern Germany. This was Delta Lima 8 Bravo Delta Tango. Handing the microphone back to M0 AUG for the
with the L1 BJW. Ladies and gentlemen, like for your good wishes, but also thank you for your business as usual on the group. And the people that we have on the group here, most of the people are on now, and Lou's coming up very strong on the group as well. The regulars and everybody's used to the exchange of information that goes on. So thank you very, very much on that. We all appreciate it. We all appreciate your friendship. And I'm sure the club gets something good out of it as well. Look forward to catching up with you next week. Over to you there, Nick, G4IW, in the group. I think possibly, Nick, I'll just pass by you for a second and just go on to Keith. And I'm sure that Keith might have a photograph for us. And then I'll go to Jeff and then come back to you for a wrap, and then we'll do whoever's doing photographs. I know you said you got a photograph. Keith might have. I'll be disappointed if Jeff hasn't. So GM4JKZ in the group, M0AT. M0AT, good GM4JKZ, yes. Yes, I did have a photo. I changed it while we were talking because Bob's not on tonight. So I'll save my special one for Bob next week if he's on. It's to do with POSA. Yeah, if Lou's still listening, I was most impressed with his version 2 rotator drive. Never thought of using a reverse glued on drive belt. What a great idea. It's given me some thoughts now. And Dave, if you're there, I changed the fan on my 5100. I can't remember. I think it was a company beginning with S, Cedrant or something. It's a brown body moulding, and it's literally 2 feet in front of me, and I cannot hear the fan at all. And as you know, every time you push the gears up, the fan cuts in, so it is beautifully silent now. And what I got was about 14 or 15 pounds as well. It's been in the radio now for 4 years, working a treat. Okay, so I did have a picture, slightly different. One little advice, if you want to stay warm, on YouTube I'm following a young couple that built or rebuilt a damaged sailboat, and I'm following them around the Caribbean now. Boy, that really makes you feel warm. Until it ends, and then you realise where you are. But there we go. Okay, back to you, Jeff, and I'll hang on to the pictures to the end. M0AUG, the group, GM4JKZ. GM4JKZ in the group, M0AUG, yeah, fine on that, to Keith, and fine on the speaker, and the 5100 as well. And I hope Dave sticks with this radio, actually, because he he's had quite a few false starts with various mates on radio and the sound of that. I think we might actually phone one that he's going to get on with and send enough of the Scots 5100s to be able to recommend them. Right, over to you for, well, not quite a final, Jeff, but over to you for your last comments before we bring Nick on to do the round before the photographs. Oscar November 8 November Tango in the group M0AG.
Okay, Mike Zero, AUG the group, over 8 November Tango, and very nice day at the sailboat on the Caribbean. That must be brilliant. Okay, though. Well, one thing that I also enjoyed and discovered, there is a web SDR in Sydney, just under Sydney, I think, and this is the first web SDR which is able to decode the free TV radio modulation sort. I think the owner of this web SDR has actually hacked and adapted the software in order to do that. And this morning I listened to a local net VK land, VK2, VK3, VK5 actually, on 40 meters, and that worked really, really well. So that I was really surprised that worked so well, and the audio was excellent actually. So that's just another thing that I have done this morning, and I really enjoyed that. So that's very nice. Yeah, I have a photo which has to do with the winter. So I will tell more on the next over when we have sent will send the photos. And I would say 73 to Lou and to Dave and to Mike and Adriana, and thank you very much, Jeff, for organizing all this and for sharing the net. And I give the microphone back to you. Mike Zero AUG the group, over 8 November, thank you.
Just checking Dave's still connected there, and please pass on everybody's best wishes to Andrew there, Dave, and it's great to have you back on the net again. I realise you won't be with us for a couple of weeks, but if Andrew feels well enough, then he'll be fine. I'll come back again, as you know. No question about that. Right, over to you there, Nick. First of all, for a club wrap-up, and then if you want to send your picture out first of all, please. G4IWO in the group, M0AUG.
M0AUG in the group from G4IWO. Yeah, thank you, Jeff, and thank you everyone else for, as always, interesting points that people make. If I can just pick up a couple of them. Jeff, on your VHF report, you have so many, each time you produce that report, so many fabulous links. You're very much like Anthony's presentations, Jeff, where Anthony does commentary that goes with his presentation with so many useful links that you can guarantee that you've not heard of some of them. And that's exactly the same with your VHF report that you write up, Jeff, and that we get onto the club website now. I do recommend people go and have a look at it and follow some of the links and see what you can produce from them. I did adjust the audio, slight problem with the audio setting on the output here on YouTube, so that the audio was not consistent, but I think I've resolved that, and Bob did send a message to say that it had improved and he was listening. So that's good as well, and we've had a number of listeners live, so thank you very much for joining us. Do feel free to come whenever you like, and do feel free as well to post a message at any time that we can feed back into the net. For Bob N4XAT, two things really. One is he's now up to 3,178 parks, which I think is some achievement, and he's now also got this award level called Eagle's Nest for 300 contacts with Fort Harrison State Park, and that's some achievement, and it's a lovely award, beautiful picture of an eagle's nest, and that goes with the award that you've got there, Bob, so congratulations to you there. And the Greek radio amateur who I spoke to about the club, and we've emailed a few times now, is Dimitri, or Jim as he calls himself on CW, Sierra Victor 8 Alpha November Whiskey, SV8 ANW. When you get a chance, have a look at his QRZ page, and you will find some really fascinating material that he's published there in his time involved in the hobby, which, like many of us, goes back 50 years. And Jim is obviously still very active in all kinds of ways, and he produced as well, which I posted on the WhatsApp group, a link to a video recording of the QSO that we had when I was using MX0 KSU on CW, and you can hear the whole QSO there between myself and Jim, which was really interesting and something that I'd like to do more of as well. So on that note, our next meeting is next week with Anthony Luska, K8ZT, talking about QSLing in the digital age, digital world. And I know that he'll have lots of things to tell us and produce that many of us have not seen before or thought of doing before. So do come along if that's something that inspires you. And for our listeners who catch up with us during the week on YouTube as well, you are very welcome to attend any of the Pennine Hab Club meetings online on Zoom. You do not have to be a member. All the details and the Zoom link are published on our webpage. So, and on the webpage, do just keep looking from time to time. I do keep adding bits and tweaking various parts of it, and we'll continue to do so to try and improve the quality of it. So the next Zoom meeting, Wednesday, 21st of January, 7:30 p.m. on the Zoom channel that is used by the club. So 73s, good night everybody, and I'll come off the audio and I'll send the picture involving some of the equipment looked after by Brian NI6Q, just QRX1.
Thanks very much for that one, Nick. That was you, Keith, GM4JKZ, for your comments. That was it, really. GM4JKZ, 100% copy. Yeah, lovely picture, that. And it looks like it's a piece of kit I used to have years ago, but I could be wrong. When I was 13 from the surplus shop in Brighton there. To you, Jeff. Thanks, Keith. I was thinking very much from the surplus shop that we used to have. We had a lot of them in the district of Shude Hill in Manchester. And there were about 3 or 4 quite reputable surplus shops. My younger days down there as well. Very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. I hope Bob can pick this up when he goes onto the YouTube channel and see that one as well. Over to you for your comments, Jeff, from HNT.
Yeah, Jeff, beautiful picture and a beautiful transceiver. I think I have also played with that from the surplus shops locally. So very good picture, 100% complete, no problem at all. 90 AVC, the group over 8 Tango.
thanks, Jeff, and thanks, Nick, for that one. And we're all looking forward to the talk next Wednesday evening, Nick. So I'll just pass it over to Keith now. Please, Keith.
M0.
From G4 Tango. Okay, fine. Thanks, Jeff. This is my favourite subject this week, and my daughter has managed to turn it into a painting, and I'm very, very impressed with how she's superimposed one on the other. So you're excellent. That's fine, Keith. There's only one block on the next to the bottom line, but nothing that's disturbing the picture at all. Very, very good indeed. Over to you, Nick, for your comments, please.
Yeah, G4IWO. Yeah, Keith, would you mind sending that again? We are transmitting this on YouTube, and I've got quite a few missing blocks, unfortunately, on that picture. So if you wouldn't mind just making another pass of it. Over to you. Yeah, still not 100%, but much, much better. You can really see the picture. Just a few missing blocks. It's like watching Pac-Man, watching the photo appear. But no, it's lovely. And I'm sure our viewers on YouTube will get a much better sense now of the photograph, just with these, just a wretched half a dozen small blocks, which slightly detract from the quality of the picture. But it's perfectly okay. No need to send it again. Over. Yeah, go on then, Roger. Send this again, Keith, and let's see if we can get even better quality for our viewers on YouTube. We went from 95% to 100%. Super copy. Lovely picture. Back to you.
Zero AG. Yeah, thank you for that, Keith, and thanks for the confirmation, Nick. Comments from you, Jeff, please. So, M0AG, take it. Yeah, M0AG. Sorry, I think we doubled there, Keith. Yeah, no, a good picture from that. Just asking for Jeff for an 8 MT for his comments before I pass it over.
Okay, maybe we doubled. I had it 100% from the first time, Jeff. 100% copy and beautiful. Your daughter must be very talented, Keith.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Interesting enough, I did say to her that it's so good I was going to blow it up and make a picture of it. She told me not to bother. She's doing one for my birthday next month. We'll go over to Jeff now for your picture, and then we'll pass back to Nick and Keith for your comments. So, I'm going to take your picture, please.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, congratulations, Keith, because Keith and Jeff are a little bit, and now I'm on the dashboard, yeah, so there seems to be something happening there. But anyway, congratulations to your daughter, Keith, and I'm looking forward to that picture, that painting that she will make for your birthday. That's absolutely beautiful. And I would like to say 73 to Bob if he is still listening, and congrats on your quota achievements, Bob, really, really great. And the picture I'm going to send is actually a picture that I got from Graham, G4 Hotel Foxtrot, which a lot of you know. And he asked me to give you his best regards and all the best for the new year. Everything is well with him and also with Carol, with his wife. So things are developing in the right direction. And with the snow last week, he sent me a picture. And I'm not sure if he made that himself, that scene, or if that is something that is made with artificial intelligence or something, I don't know. Anyway, up to you to make an opinion on that. So the picture is coming. Viewer it.
With me there, Jeff. I'll pass it over first of all to Nick for comments.
Yeah, G4IWO. Yeah, 100% from me as well, Jeff. Back to you.
Thank you, and to you, Keith, for your comments.
Yeah, 100%. And here's a man with a sense of humour.
He definitely is.
Thanks for that one, Jeff. It's a nice one. And, yeah, I've not spoken to Graham for a while now, probably about 12 months, but I know we had quite some contact, maybe a bit longer than that now, when Carol was in hospital and Graham was doing the hospital run in the dark and all this other. I've known Graham from when he was down in the Oldham area, and he was very, very friendly with G4's and PZ, who's suddenly just gone silent, Kay. And they were both involved very, very much, must be 20 years ago, with development of VoIP in the area through the G3PZ repeater. So that's where I know Graham from. So thanks for bringing up that for us. Okay. Any comments to add on that one, Jeff, as well?
Okay, Roger, Jeff. Mike Zero AUG, the group 08 November Tango, yeah. Well, you can find Graham on XLX 675 Bravo. He is now on XLX 678 Bravo, and he has QRV there with his repeater, GB7 Delta Lima, I think it is, his repeater. So he's still running the repeater, and he's still active on that repeater, on that reflector daily. So that's XLX 678 Bravo, which is easy to remind each eye. Okay, he's good sense of humor, and I really nice to talk with him. We had a discussion and an act with him every Tuesday morning, and that's always good fun with a group of VK stations, and he and some other person from the UK. So really good fun. Well, thank you very much, Jeff, for the sharing the net. 70 degrees to everyone, and I hope to catch you all again on Wednesday and on Thursday from 08 November Tango.
08 November Tango, the group M08 setting us up. Thanks there to Nick and to Keith and to Jeff for the pictures which finished off there, yeah. And, I know the frequencies which he uses there. We usually correspond on emails and on this. Good. So that's a wrap up for tonight. For those who are listening to YouTube, and especially all over the US, hope you enjoy the evening there, Rob, and we look forward to catching up with you back on the air sometime next week, or on the Zoom meeting. And take care, and well done on the voters. So with that, M0AG now signing off and closing down the Pennine Ham Digital Radio there for another Wednesday evening. Thanks everybody who's been supporting and listening to us on the YouTube as well, and also I hope the people who listen to the recording afterwards also have the same enjoyment that we've had out today. Catch up with you all next week, 7:30.